The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome and greetings from the NASPA office in Washington, D.C. My name is Lindsay Hammond, and I serve as the Assistant Director of Educational Programs. We are so glad that you've taken a few minutes of your time today to chat with us about how to maximize your poster session presentation. Just a quick note on a couple technical aspects of the program. You should be able to hear my voice right now and view a slide up on the screen. You can be dialed in through your computer speakers or through your phone. The audio panel in the upper right-hand side of your screen should allow you to toggle between the two. If you can't hear me, change the selection and then dial in the appropriate way. If you happen to have any questions at any point in time during our broadcast, please type those into the question box, which is also located in the GoToWebinar control panel. We look forward to answering your questions, and we look forward to a productive conversation today. All right, so I just want to start off today by saying congratulations. The program proposal and selection process for our NASPA annual conference is quite competitive, and that makes your sessions among the best of the best. We're so excited that you're bringing your practice and that you're bringing your research to the conference. NASPA would not be NASPA without our volunteers, and by presenting a poster session at the conference, you're contributing to that, and we're really grateful for that. On the phone today, you've got Lindsay Hammond, which is myself, and then also Angela Batista, and I'm going to let Angela introduce herself and also share her congrats and gratitude.
Hello, everybody. I'm Angela Batista, and I'm the Interim Chief Diversity Officer at Oregon State University. I'm also a member of the 2016 NASPA Conference Planning Committee. So I do congratulate you. I was part of the selection process, and I know how many presentation proposals we received, and we were so lucky to have great quality in those presentation proposals, and so congratulations on being chosen. We are very excited that we're going to be sharing your knowledge at the conference, and really excited to have you on the phone today, so thank you for joining us.
All right, so we're going to start off talking a little bit about logistics for the presentations. You can begin setting up on Sunday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. The exhibit hall is going to be open that whole time for setup, and then it officially opens on Monday morning at 8 a.m. We recommend that you set your poster up on Sunday, or at least as soon as possible, close to the opening time on Monday, so that allows as many attendees as possible to see it. Please do try to make an effort to get it set up as close as possible to Monday at 8 a.m. If a time prior to that isn't possible, they will be displayed through the entire time. But there are two specific chances that you will have an opportunity to interact with attendees to talk about your elevator speech, then walk them through different aspects of your poster. And those will take place on Monday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please be present there and ready to engage attendees. Angela's going to talk a little bit more about what those elevator speeches might be like, and then how to engage with folks in a bit, but we did want you to know that those are the times to please be present. The poster sessions will be located in the exhibit hall D through E in the convention center, and your poster will be pre-assigned a location there. So just when you get there, look for the poster board with the title of your presentation on it. The board is 8 feet wide by 4 feet tall, which we share for your planning purposes. There will be some thumbtacks available, but if you are planning on bringing a lot of things or you think that something might be heavy, we do recommend bringing a couple extra things to affix your poster to the board. If you need anything that is electrical, please be prepared to provide it on your own, just because of the volume of requests that we have at this time and the great expense that can come along with extra electrical and AV requests. We do ask that you provide that on your own. And then just a helpful tip that we do like to share, some folks find it easier to have their materials printed at a FedEx or another vendor in the actual city of the conference and then have them delivered to their hotel or the place that they'll be staying.
Great. So Lindsay talked to you a little bit about the logistics. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the actual poster and just go over some tips. The poster display should include a statement of the problem as well as the objectives of the research project or program, the methodology used to solve the problem, or the implementation of the program. Of course, the major findings or outcomes and their significance and conclusions are really key, and that's something that I know attendees are often looking for in terms of impact, so that's something to pay attention to. We recommend using lists, phrases, bullets, charts, drawings, or photographs on your poster instead of full text blocks. It's really hard for people to read, and you're going to have a lot of people walking by, and so having those kinds of things in your poster will also help you attract people to come over. Obviously, it's really important in a poster to use color judiciously. A neutral background with sharp text looks best, but use color to offset your charts. We recommend that you be careful not to select colors that can be overwhelming to the eye. Keep in mind that you will have a group of people that may be nearby when you're talking about your poster information, and some that may be a little further out. So bright red, oranges, and yellows can be a bit much to take in. Lettering should be simple, bold, and easily legible from a distance of about 4 feet is what we recommend. The pieces should be organized in a way that leads the viewer through the display. So think of it like a map. And so they're going to start at the beginning, and how do you want them to experience accessing your information? Someone should be able to look at the poster and know exactly what it is that you wanted to communicate to them. And the display should be self-explanatory so that you are free to talk. So often at a poster session, people are looking at the poster and then they'll talk to the presenter about questions they might have, particularly given the limited time. This is going to be helpful. So this is a high-level summary of your research, and you can provide in-depth information in a handout if you wish to bring one as part of your presentation. We are also in the slide including a link to might help with the flow and organization and maybe how to organize some key takeaways. And so we found this poster show presentation from psu.edu. So the flow, the chart, it's in, the slide has the link. And one phrase that we really liked is, when in doubt, edit out, right? You want this to be something that really stands out on its own, that is easy to kind of take in, and also think about the content, but also think about the journey and experience of how people are going to go through your poster. So Lindsay also mentioned the elevator pitch, and so I'll talk a little bit about this. The idea of an elevator speech is that if you imagine that you're in an elevator and you have 2 minutes to tell someone something you really want them to walk away with, how do you do that? So it's really important to do some thinking ahead and kind of get comfortable with the language that you would use to do that, since likely you will be talking to people for very short periods of time during the presentation itself. Because participants move from poster session to poster session, you should be prepared to give a 1 to 2 minute overview of your presentation and answer questions. We recommend, as I said, having your 2 minutes overview prepped and practiced before arriving on site. And you might want to have a sign-up sheet for folks who would like more information or an electronic copy of your work. And this is really important because people sometimes won't think of questions or follow-ups until they walk away. We also recommend bringing your business cards so that people have a way of contacting you. And also, if there's the space in the actual poster board to put your maybe email where they can contact you will also be a good idea. So some reminders. So it's really important to be congruent. You might be saying things over and over again, and often when I've gone to poster sessions, I am listening to what the presenter is speaking to the person in front of me or next to me, and that sometimes means that it allows me to move forward. So be congruent about the information you share and what you anticipate sharing if they ask you to follow up in writing with electronic materials. Remember that we're here to help. We do have some volunteers that will be stopping by and saying hello, and I know Lindsay and I will try to stop by and introduce ourselves and say hello. please reach out. You have our email contact, and that's a good way to get in touch with us if anything happens during the conference and you need assistance. Remember, as Lindsay suggested, start early and send us a copy of your poster when you're done. We are hoping to highlight as many of them as possible on our website, so sending us your poster in a JPEG form would be really helpful. And of course, don't forget to submit questions for the quiz. And so be sure that your materials and presentations matches the program abstract that you provided for the conference so that people will feel like you're meeting their expectations. So I think this gets us to the end of our webinar. These are our email addresses. And so my email is angela.batista@oregonstate.edu, and you can reach Lindsay Hammond at NASPA at lhammond@naspa.org. Lindsay has sent you some email communication, so please refer to that if you want to get in touch with us. And we are so looking forward to your presentations in Indianapolis, and please travel safely.
All right. Thank you all. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you very soon. And thank you also to Angela for sharing all of your wonderful information about best practices for poster sessions.
Great. Thank you. Travel safe, everybody.